Good morning to all fellow Australians. Good morning to all well-meaning APCians. They send greetings to brothers and sisters in both home and the diaspora. They also send greetings and prayers to brothers and sisters and we currently in a detention. May God Almighty guide and protect them for we. They also send greetings and prayers to brothers and sisters and waiting in exile. May God Almighty also guide and protect them for we. They also send greetings and prayers to people waiting a sick bed. May God Almighty pull them for we out of that particular sickness. May God Almighty give them well body. You know, as usual, one me brother waiting a United Kingdom, we himself in the struggle and battle with the health. May God Almighty give him well body for we. And one me mama again with a knee, and me small brother, me picking, and all with a diagnosis of a cancer. May God Almighty pull him off from his system. May God Almighty give we all well body, ladies and gentlemen. And they send prayers so people we currently they under the graves and may God Almighty sorry for them, may God Almighty give them the heaven, may God Almighty guide and protect them for we. You know easy. This particular die, me and you two na day we get for end. Nothing no go stop. See me no go die, me will they talk to now or you will they listen me. So just take them carefully, sit down at your corner and remember that particular day where you get for day now down at that particular grave where people where they go escort you na that grave day after where they don't escort you left the body where people and they left that graveyard they take to the last person where they get for can wake you then remind you of that particular side which side you don't this so see them people them now make quick normally they call you now all to attention say do you have for sake of God Almighty una let we do for the magic them Sani Koro town wallahi na Koinadugu district then they request they want get a mosque na that particular Sunday you know so they are the beguna Muslim brothers and sisters both home and the diaspora or whosoever want forgive a helping hand do ya for sake of God Kasani Koro town wallahi then they ask for this particular help they want for build the masjid na that side do ya with the big people in Bokudi and no see whatever way you contribute na that particular masjid the waiting go happen any prayer way then they pray there how many amounts of people you they get that blessing there so do ya and again Masjid Burhan then going forward the mosque na Konta and that particular mosque again at we are for sake of God Almighty do ya the action kindly that una let we give a contribution towards this particular thing and me people and by God Almighty in power as today being the 2nd of April 2025, the 2nd of April 2025, my people, my topics and today way I go talk about by God Almighty in power. I go talk to the West, when are the foreign diplomats and both home and the diaspora, and I go also talk about the new projects where the executive of the APC Don Bospan State Lodge. Then I go also talk to Sierra Leone. I go also talk to this particular guy where Richard Conte. Then I go also talk to EBK for say he owe an apology to we the bloggers and the people you know the last one way I go tell una by God Almighty in power for tell una say Sierra Leonean let una rest assured through God Almighty in power for tell una say democracy will be restored in our country. Nothing will disturb that. No matter how the majiji, no matter how the breeze on the sea, no matter how 2028 people come out for the APC elect na 100 or how many thousands of people come out for the APC for agenda 2028 be rest assured that His Excellency Dr. Matthews Sambrak Mara now you next president and me next president and we all president. So ladies and gentlemen, as usual, as I rightly tell now for say today we are the 2nd of April 2025 for say the first topic to go to the foreign diplomat them. To the foreign diplomats, my advice to you is now I need to understand that whenever you are having a Zoom meeting with BO will right away inform the progressive executive of the APC for them to be around so that they could hear exactly what you guys are talking to him, which is so very much unethical. And thankfully enough, yesterday what happened, you have already cautioned him for him not to do any short reckless behavior again at all. So please, whenever you're having a Zoom meeting with BO, ask him kindly that it is only him alone and not this particular progressive executive of the APC. It is unethical. This is how somebody who did not have that particular thoughts, that particular sense of humor, that particular sense of humanity will behave exactly. That is the exact behavior that BO is putting on. You know that whatever you guys have to transact is something which will have to be in the secret domain, which we did not supposed to be in the public domain because you did not write any press release in order for you to inform the general public of Sierra Leone or neither the APC executive or let's say the SLPP executive, but you rather call on him to inform him that he will be having a Zoom meeting with him. What is this particular thing for BO to call the progressive executive of the APC for them to present where you guys are having your meeting? So please continue to tell him the hard fact, just as you started yesterday, and thankfully enough, you now put him on the right toes where you're supposed to put him. BO is not somebody who cannot afford to give up power easily, but thankfully enough that what is presently going now, I will now assure and continue to reiterate this particular one to tell Sierra Leonean and continue to reassure them that no matter how it takes, no matter which angle you want to use, at the end of the day, His Excellency Dr. Matrice Sambra Kamara is the next president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. Thankfully enough that you've already explained to him what he's supposed to explain to him, because this particular unethical behavior that is coming from BO is not good at all for you guys, especially for you, the foreign diplomats. So that is just for you. This is my first topic to you. It is unethical, actually, that particular behavior that BO is now trying to put in place, especially to you guys. It is not something that we can boast of at all, for us to have somebody in a very decent society, somebody who calls himself a president. This is the way how he behaves. This is the way how he behaves. A poor gentleman, somebody who claims to be a poor gentleman in a country, this is the way how he behaves, especially to you guys out there. So please continue to do the needful, just as how Sierra Leonean are looking out for you guys there, especially to the countries that we are looking for them to implement this particular process of what? Final handing over process to His Excellency Dr. Matrice Sambra Kamara. Sierra Leonean, both home and the diaspora, be rest assured that by the grace of the Almighty, Dr. Matrice Sambra Kamara is the next president of Sierra Leone. This guy is very much so Sierra Leonean, both home and the diaspora, what's happen exactly? Why make a talk this particular one to the foreign diplomats? What's in BO they can do? Whenever there is a meeting now, when I know what's in BO they do, BO they call your progressive APC executive. The foreign diplomats can always make sure then send a notice to them. For example, if you then go get a meeting like 2 p.m. or 12 p.m. today, when a salon time, so then go send a notice to them and say we'll get a meeting. No sooner than they send a meeting to they send a notice to them, it now call on the APC on progressive executive, the reckless executive, headed by Obai Katabo, Deputy Satan Minkailu Masare. Minkailu Masare, in return, they take him aboard them when Usman Fode Koko Samba Yansane, then go there with some other reckless executive members and the national executive way, then go sit down now. What happened exactly is yesterday, no sooner than they called this guy to a Zoom meeting when BO they don't get the notice. As they start the meeting, so he want to begin for introduce the reckless guys there. So straight away, now they shut down the meeting and tell us, say, let this particular thing not ever happen again. Now in one green they want to talk to, and whenever they send them a notice, when time reach, if for go now it's secluded side, wait there for go sit on this particular, wait there for get this meeting with them. So now this now in this body panel, and according to BO, he say he do this thing for give the APC executive confidence for say he not go betray and trust this that whatever. But me want for assurance Sierra Leone and by God Almighty power for say this the hand over power. So now I make a decide for talk to the West concerning BO in utterances. He's now doing this particular thing for him to tell the APC executive exactly that he is on top of situation. That as far as this particular process is concerned, he is on top of situation and is not going to give up this particular power so easily. But I rightly know that nothing absolutely that will stop this particular guy not to hand over this power to the rightful owner, who is His Excellency Dr. Matrice Sambra Kamara. And thankfully enough that to the West, especially to the foreign diplomats, what you rightly explained to him, I'm sure that particular thing that you explained to him is right in his ears. Thank you very much for your shift, how will I call it, response to this particular reckless guy, Marabio. And the people, and the second message we I will talk to now is about the new project where Mika you see they don't get na state lodge. And this new project they in line with waiting I begin for talk to, because waiting happen waiting they go on right now. Even yesterday when them guys they have to go na state lodge, then go two motive. The first motive now for let them go present at that particular thing, and the main purpose of this particular motive beyond now for let it tell the West say why make it encourage your body has to make kind of them by that particular meeting. Now for let it tell the West say how Sierra Leone them peaceful way see no more now the opposition, the national executive they all day together. But let's say you this particular one something they where you not ever know that particular particular national executive na just a minute, I repeat, na a minute, a small group. We the grassroots, where they feel the pinch pass all. We the grassroots where you don't kill with people where it be for say that particular killing, the one way aid and abet you for let do that killing. Now next by Kuruma, where I go come in that particular topic, where I go come talk to me people how since 2018 and let's begin me for let you kill for all people till to date. So if you be all they continue forward and call them guys they are so fishy, now then go say be na lie. Now me people the project where they go there for way make I will say they don't get new project na that particular side. Now it is about 20. There is a team where they go right run at this particular country. They go and preach for electoral justice. So now waiting and they say foreign people and then at the country where they go and sound people opinion from the past government or under Anes Makobo's Kuruma in regime to this particular regime, how things can be play on, who's government, would that be handle the country, find this, that, or what have you. So now their APC executive are now they send and they give money them to for let them go able for confuse the people in some certain areas. We now all know what's happen then is an Atonko Limba to be precise, where that Bobo predicted by Mahmoud Bangura and that is small brother when Abdul Karim Kamara AKK constituency 059 where they go na Atonko Limba without our boy and Esdura where they go deceiving Limba people can you imagine where people don't vote on somebody where take the people RR from them sell them for even selfish what they call interest when by Mahmoud Bangura and I they go to people in Atonko Limba Madina to be precise for go confuse them for think about agenda 2028 and Esdura better you get blessing or lucky get blessing. So that is why people of Tonko Limba want for put this on say this particular MP won't get and when this and Esdura all what see the effects on in your pockets that AKK they way they talk so now me your small brother that one way them they go way introduce say na in boss na parliament na the chief whip dey it just sound like way them can talk with certain thing and they build them say this are the chief where they take care of certain thing they under now they exchange money the way they dupe this particular country people so do ya and they ask una kindly any south una see by Mahmudo you want go sit down for talk about any meeting una ask and say would that be sell the RR form of 2023 would that be go sell and to mother be this should not get respect at all in society this by Mahmoud native man in and anti-corruption right now as I talk to you then get case for them so them what they are so when are the APC reckless executive now this night and they move on with now way yesterday back this mobile end up when I buy camp powder mother bio for pull money give them so but mother bio as I rightly tell now thankful enough not to everything we can come and talk certain thing them we talk them but INSSF know as I talk to you what thing they tell them that particular thing they make them is so sad no sooner than they don't address them yesterday because not civilized at all for let people and call you when a foreign diplomats again the bold man for calling reckless for what they have to let them be part and parcel of that particular meeting as he begin the introduction so now and just shut them off call them right away tell and say not to that them wouldn't call for say and I the one for talk to the APC executive or what have you so let not ever repeat that particular thing anymore thank God that they not put her into all the bluff way you want for bluff to the reckless executive of the APC and even to an Eskuruma way to go and when one party people we sell this country today so in this bad way is that in the on top of situation as far as this particular thing you not get for hand over power easily but the salon people I will come and talk to you now I know how for Leona I want for Leona I know how for Leona stress on my mind by God Almighty power everything is okay for us that's how they tell now for sure nothing not the way go stop let this bobo no hand over this particular power matter be now the so nothing not the way go stop hand over this power people so do ya I continue for talk to una for una wake you always say we don't tire we don't this if we when they talk to una not tire and thankfully enough yesterday I tell una say we are not paid for this particular one but we are rather doing this particular thing because already God Almighty don't put it today say now we go there for talk for we country so if you will they talk if you now they listen again no more una way they listen and thankfully enough we not ever begin come for tell una say we don't tire hey as me they talk to una now if you are ever be don't send this thing say we not go succeed let no long time don't pull me hand or tell una say this will not go succeed or if you are not talk I go solo as you don't accept remote so do you have the people all waiting at the tell now when I let we grow up the thing and when I let we all know say by God Almighty power this particular blessing we all go receive a most blessing don't forget the rightful winner of June 2023 we not know at all thankfully enough that they always they go out today so go and talk all kind of turata no say Samura Kamara win in presidency and that winning me now God Almighty can guide and protect so we secure we not they come on they will not they get winning so now this new project now they don't open now state lodge to BO because BO in big full and that money wey they get now cocaine money wey be for say I can because na American powder wey in bralo na in dey produce that particular thing and so I dey get na so dey do something stupid if you say go able for succeed. You know nothing. Me people voting end na be in throat wallahi billahi apart from this particular electoral justice this democracy wey dey fight for e pass am far la tell una now e pass am far this particular drug deal wey enter this kalukalu thing because na nonsense dey pa there is nothing dey wey no go there hey, everything wey concern for sign for hand over this one build up wey dem call am that's how they tell una for say baba going for play with the mindset of people again na only the mindset of their reckless and they headed by Mikalu Tabut Masari without that reckless to go there they call Usman Fodi and Sane then the 6 now they go there yesterday then 6 as I talk to now they go the 5 man plus 1 woman and they go na state lodge the people you know whose kind of nonsense this so this are the thing is wey Mikalu then they call this are the new project this way they open because they know say the whole big fool anything pass the they call now they not stop am henceforth for anything now whether in party solve them or in party people or they don't see none because now in the request will get a Zoom meeting with how somebody go stupid to this particular extent somebody who call himself say first gentleman in the country but I know what say they don't I so yeah so these are the other projects with them boy associate they don't get and they don't develop or destroy this particular country people una no at all but in all of this whether they put this thing for this country now harnessed by Kuruma and they put this so do ya again this particular guy when Richard Conte I look one in video where this particular video where I look whether they go against again because and as Kuruma don't tell and say you know what guys I think we main focus now for bit to Huda them bloggers they are so I think and tell and say if we able forget them bloggers they are so around we able for pull them off the media when they talk about the country now they say we don't able to succeed what we depend but me one for tell and by Kuruma and in Bobo them for see Richard Conte for see there is no way absolutely where they not able for shake with feather or neither for able for shake one we ear and everybody because we are well prepared for federal country by God Almighty in power. Take go now we grave the who will the federal country. Enough is enough of this particular nonsense. I know Richard Conte. I know waiting yeah and that's the what they call. Now because of all that thing you get the bold mind then they want for go old people to ransom na Bombali that was some feel they want for go old people to ransom they just for sake of you know the humiliation where you receive the then are you they go so you want for talk against people where they talk about the progress of this particular country. Richard Conte you say now you want to Samura Kabara win Richard Conte you know they think Richard Conte you know you think una if you not begin tell una the truth where the church una mind Richard Conte let's assume people are forgive me for this particular no God forgive me but this are the talker let's assume if you get any of you picking where God be don't take in life now that you picking and I ain't get this accolade so for be a president in this country they all of the sudden people and they go against that particular wish that in presidency day how you go feel Richard Conte for say if you be don't get picked where you don't born now God be don't say for be president then people and they go against that so Richard Conte how you feel or there you picking a money be day where they all up against that like how you all up Samura Kamara so Richard Conte how you go feel for God's sake today if who don't come the smart for them particular tier a good number of na get this thing inside una chest see them bloggers they ask una for Samura Kamara I mean una they talk all kind of torata for see let them not allow blogger for cheer the party apart what do you mean we dey for put this particular party apart una already don't make sure say dan the chair dan they go so a party una all they open una phalanges them una more than una 32 potato give for say indeed yes Samura Kamara win now that party una they left in limbo so now una they put na fire so today where they think of even the JFK them we are not go ever able forget regard for this particular man again a whole lawyer we one per we they ask some certain questions that they talk say if na one green na the APC la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah say if na one green na the APC we na for fet or APC no more instead we take your road it's too sorry JFK it's too sorry I be so get regard for you but wallahi be like that trajectory where you go it's just too bad but I no go doubt you know honest by Kuruma small brother and I make a decide for lead way into this particular what they call but thank God Allah you know the agree at all la ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah so to you Richard Conte wallahi billahi that particular flagship where you go for pass through the person wey win the election who not map put am na the right way but hence una not map put am na the right way by God Almighty power una go always remain for regret time. Until una return una dunya, una go talk say indeed, we don't go against somebody in development sector, una be don't go against somebody in work, una be don't go against somebody in power. Now may God Almighty not ever call una for una sit on any lucrative office again at this country. Me they put this particular thing to una. Until una dey for una rotora time meeting there for say if Sambura Kamara go through this, then una no get again no position at the APC. Una let we go dey go no more. But I have to tell una say the Sambura owner they think of, in get what they think of because na man with development. All una rotora time. If you don't call una before this particular time, none power una not the way respond to them. But una rather decide for a lot money there. Like you Richard Conte, a lot for them party agents their money. Go open the whole office na Bombali, go inside McKinney. You left Freetown na the capital city here, so they go and do rotora 13 just for sake of voting. Let you match the company, let you not ever go through at all. We know what you do at that Ministry of Trade. Then what you do again as chief of staff, we know all that stuff. Then the salon will not go left and get to any criminal somebody by God Almighty, by no possible again at all. These are the put to you this morning. And again, me people, I just want to bring this particular one to notice me people. But again today, I will get for talk to me people small. But last start up and crew. Do you have me people? All waiting and waiting they go on to this will not go tired for tell now. No, why me not go tired for tell now? For Leona know indeed for say they are by Koroma yesterday. Oh, see love all do for everything. People and sweat, people and wound, they kill some people and before even this man in power, they jail some people and waiting happen in 2007. This man I see take power, but all the people and work for him, people and sweat for him, people and do all kinds of things. Waiting happen in 2018 in big one win power. He say that power will in big one win. No, be at all, boy. Go hand over this particular country to somebody who know the thing development, somebody who know the thing Sierra Leone, but for let the choice alone for we win and by Kuruma do that at all. But what I want can tell now one pan the implication the way they na and by Kuruma aid whether Ake they go deeper and this was say next one that Kama they go deeper now that because of voting the killing the way don't take place at this particular country. Jail people or lawfully do people and bad, seize people and business license them, all less of them they take contractors they work them at the hand where they're not supposed to take, all landy people not happy for you and Eskoroma. That happened because of voting and Eskoroma na Indusu. Because if you wait this particular guy, His Excellency, Dr. Matwisi Samura Kamara be win in power yesterday, if he allow things them for go the way they're supposed to go, all them nonsense as soon for happen today in this country. Today, now that person now in get the bold mind today say, looking at this particular country in current status. But behold, if you yourself know yourself, if I don't know say you will give you power, you don't come back, you don't debunk, you don't look say you know able for do far that you not somebody who not get development and you DNA. Now it make it say, so who say you don't left this particular country, who say this country you don't do so. Nobody not go able for can take care. But me they challenge and bite and through God Almighty your blessing for say you and as by Kuruma by Kama Kombos, by God Almighty power, Sambura Kamara, where God be don't mold in yesterday for say go be president of this particular republic, it will take you to another level in this country. By God Almighty power, that's how they tell you for sure. So after me no team me, my faith in sit like camera me best fourth time bang our young camera that way because Esudodi so because we more way out for him like lene you more honest by Kuruma me tell about Kama Kombos. Wallahi billahi after me no always as latching up for some from out of friends. You to enter Monday so vote for Siagba Kabo to Siagba Koko. So honest Kuruma Joshua. I'm 2018 PM Potung Aboka Pai Kama regime changing. Or we can not go because of kind of criminal law bank kabut be kabut kun no ko ba nes by Kuruma ko klitin mo o ba yakiti ent of en ka Sambura Kamara because ko ba tin Sambura Kamara ba kabut ke brang mo che ent of en ka Sambura Kamara Sambura to dey work ma part ameta ko no anes by Kuruma so ko mi oni ni na ni half month kili Sambura ta pai e ko lo ta shi ko to mo ya ta so ba ent of en so ni uni lucky uni fo carry uni te ba mirat uni te ba takasi ni mo ma da bi o ko no so ent of en Kamara bi o defense masu Kamara bi o ki ent of en ko yo ma table listen yet can't of you to not of you puche yeni kadif be afuma okuro owe opodif can't of ya kenga channels by kuruma ba ngi robom because kono anesen kono ba shen power ni mada bi o tsemini o to chen power e kana Kamara bi to no anet start we economita can't afum can't of you take pai don't of you pomo yi can be not of you pomo yi can for carry of you pomo yi o kono be economy ta so ba shen of you because like ent of you mada bi o po ngant of you ma che buto e uni lo mo so e ba so ke bili ba shen of you kare mi na ipo kan ko tak pai I bite kono anes by kuruma tak pai wasi okuro ko ta tit Sambura Kamara ki president kare e okuro ti kono tit Sambura Kamara ki president Sambura son kon power yin ma ka so son kon force ni Sambura ba te ti kolo mo de on to fanyi oyo ti oboli dan hang opetas kono anes by kuruma kan bari ken akuru so afuma mi nu ka di football ma da bi opodi anka guto is no more diff mo ikambo highway or diff afeta runya gintimolo or diff na ya pechene di bof koko do ready yen ko boy mo kunkos matema be anes by kuruma kono because kono la kanti arungadi muno mo te okuro te kana mo yo adi muno ntuko yo te sitano kana mo teme tenti kana mtakpa anes by kuruma kono wa ni toto ko ka sitani den okaya laki o mapa mika ntabot masare kono yi oyo ne ka sitani to metela ko baresi kono ko zin ka sitani kono inu mateme ben afmaminu inu less that of Musan sibagu ni kan loko kan to fanyi mwanes by purumas fo batu fo bashi matema to fanyi sasla kele ko sina na butak by bunikulu kremoni mabaka butka big butka laki butka bengene o we number 1 so epito no to fanyi ti mo ma yenge afmanu anes by puruma ko no ngo epi na titel camera me be latra ni song wallahi from mantem na electoral justice and antepotong tampanga democracy ni anes of fear win akodom Kenya differ from na dom Kenya dukur anes of fear differ from adom kama kui aneso ofofia differ from atofage aneso ofofia oba rafu nyina nyo wuran kli jojo pobi ado Nigeria mo pochi empa mai mako against afumwe wallahi po bashik na pe kana kati to no ananka ai kitati do Nigeria kare aneso roman ata po yo kanto fence let's be o yo tankem takane su tanpai kono obotre afum na to fence ko obotre mafino man to fence mo obotre kadibo yo toto to ma o pa fet na afuma bera to yo nenga bo yo mo nenga na ne mo choko mana ngo yo mwen ola kro fonti bo mo la kan kare we aya ke ngan to fent chim ko no no hando kerfi das boy o we so mo to kodis so ke yo so let's mo ma la same mo yo so ya fama mi no so mari to na fama so tem e ke ra ke keme bi kanu kama na tara ankulala arato ambermani aneso ku fa kan to fanyen to no mara bi o ko chi to fan kan ran kan fu kari koko dia pigi mara bi o kono from afu ma ko ko e kolon ta cho ma sa kolon ta fu kari kono ko ma sa kare kono ben matemi kama mione kanto fo manto fo entiko kedi ono imanes by kuruma kadi fda po difkando fo kadi fkati po ika matamo wallahi billahi so do ya me people ma just the address to people let them know see through God Almighty blessing all the killing all the problems all the atrocity for let country dey today na inside also be no get development and would that cause that na next by kuruma we no go blame you to that particular body one way take we vote yesterday and over but passo na to the right person be over but hence not the right person the Hanover vote. We will left there and that akele this one. Say next one. Now I mean so if puppets them where they all over, where they pants up, we no get sense, where they no get development and the DNA. Like that one bobo where they bombalio then they call SIK, where they say a photographer, Mamelami Kanu, where they say na organizing secretary, SIK na PR for bombalio district, where they want no get nothing, na they would call far, they no get good to self or good trust is where and self, they no get them. But they nip and talk so rotorata, hence they pull out bag rest give them. Then they happy for what they go on. Who's kind of businesses, who's kind of lucky businesses. So if it don't matter, my so they talk against bloggers them. That is why I come and tell that about Richard Conte for tell and say that country, this particular country, we don't like again. Now if we they perfect for so through God Almighty blessing for Lord put to country in order how is supposed to be, and by God Almighty power we they succeed in winning battle. So for say bye, let them not encourage me for let me cheer this particular party apart. Now they don't point the party because they give money. They say go take care of my people and money for say na party gente you chop that money how you call yourself you na honest person which I say you na criminal person wallahi be like today now you want for go smart before people and they punish na make they continue for talk to the interreligious council na this country the religious bodies in this country this particular thing in those days when we grab we man the whole be the day na then sell Kenya then nonsense all not be there begin for introduce that begin for introduce so people and the Sunday morning it not be there why this now presently una the money people and so hey una that day wey before say na for go find blessing una the imams here so na that day una can go find hack to God through una come immortal money because una too big full una no know what una dey do just because of what una pocket them and if you una the religious leaders them una wey learn them books there so both the Quran and the Bible una not straightforward that particular thing God get for go take and tomorrow against una serious one because what they forgive una and then nonsense here so wey dey go on una dey go old people and to ras some people and way before say they look their own company in blessing, they look their own company in right. If you would not the imams and then you do not so now picking and they do so, how will not go feel for goodness sake? For God's sake, how will not go feel? Or will not the imams them, then do not so say how will not go feel or not web them so not grand picking them. You know what they call presidents in our country, be open always know we take today now they try for fight so, but thank God this particular thing it go over by God Almighty. I say it go over self no usai it now as at the top now the people yeah. So do ya this particular thing Richard content where you are fasting it not fit you at all with your boss and it's by Kuruma when I am a small brother now pan the blogging because in can be any maybe for and pan the blogging but the way how in can enter you know like salon at all and because you know like salon that is why we kick out to the truth because anybody will not like this particular country will lie be like now enemy for we this one say next one now you Richard content and it's by Kuruma including the host of others them where they be una so because una all not like salon una all not the things salon una don't thief una do all kinds of things today why make una project so now the APC make una project so because the APC be win governance yesterday and allow Anes by Kuruma for level where nobody no go against the winning why una you big one forget a whole winning like this one a thorough winning a clean winning una almost since 2018 to date then una they go after and back then give una money them una take out una chop am una feel say una dey na the right trajectory but by God Almighty power we dey continue for left una to God pass so this particular election what would the first or so 2023 pass the whole winner and I make it go succeed by this but Hester Sabura Kamara winner by God Almighty power then go on over there me winning that's I want for let me they buy to now all now way on this particular agenda 2028 that's I dey tell now for sure the people una no worry the last one way I get to now by God Almighty power the president who vote to now rest assured Samura Kamara now the next president of the Republic of Sierra Leone that's I dey tell now for sure Samura Kamara is the next president of the Republic of Sierra Leone. I repeat nothing changes his winning. Let me tell you ladies and gentlemen nothing absolutely changes his winning and no soul of Adam no born of Adam can change that whether with their corruption with their bad deeds with their let me just stop there ladies and gentlemen all waiting at the tell now by the grace of the Almighty everything will be good for us so una wait to say una frustrated you don't say we don't tire we wait the pan talk we not the tire and by God Almighty power we not the tire for talk until the final day when they hand over give this particular battle and when they hand over and give it they will not get for tire pass to see Sierra Leone at the lamplight to who's one for Siam it's so shamefully humiliating and disgraceful for a country where they well over 44 minerals in a clean slate na the dunya for less alone day like how it is so able Sierra Leonean but I have to tell you say by God Almighty power all what I tell now rest assured say una you president me present and we all by God Almighty power will be in the right angle ladies and gentlemen wajalna min bayni aidin sadda wa min kalfin sadda fa'aksina from la yafsirun wajalna min bayni aidin sadda wa min kalfin sadda fa'aksina from la yafsirun wajalna min bayni aidin sadda wa min kalfin sadda fa'aksina from la yafsirun hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakil 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 Allahumma rabbana atina fid dunya hasanatan wa fil akhirati hasanatan wa qina azabannar rabbana la tuzigh qulubana ba'da idh hadaytana min ladunka rahmatan innaka antal wahhab Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun salatu wa salamun ala mursalin alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin shukran lillah sumuti kuramumu shukran lillah sumuti kuramumu shukran lillah we tell God Almighty plenty thanks because in the God Almighty na in the plenty thanks all waiting at the tell na by God Almighty power God dey help we in this country to how you dey think to how many think and to how we all dey think as a nation. The bad one they no go pass we. Why we want for man for let them dominate we? Meaning we say bad. If you want man for let them also dominate we because we get all the might for let we defeat them. Why you they say you don't discourage? Why you they say you don't say? Let's continue for push. As we God Almighty we create we all. But I tell una say this battle we don't win and through God Almighty in your blessing. That's how they tell una for sure. Nothing not go able for take me off the particular sin because we know now who are we did. So far so good ladies and gentlemen. This now the sweet voice of Northwest. Now feel free for sharing.